There are some games that I just never see the end to. There are just some games that I consider classics or masterpieces, or they're culturally classics in the gaming industry that I just never got the chance to finish. I may have played maybe the first 5 hours. I may have played that first 5 hours 5 different times because I've attempted to play and beat this game because I know it's something that I should beat, but I just never do. Whether it's because, I don't know, maybe the game is outdated and I just can't stand the game's mechanics, or maybe the game just wasn't able to hook me like it hooked other people, or maybe I just had other games to play at the time. It could be a multitude of reasons why I never get to finish these games, but it is what it is. I just don't finish them. And when it comes to talking about these games, I usually say, oh yeah, I played that. You know, it's an amazing game. It's awesome. But in the back of my head, I'm like, I never beat that game. There are multiple games like that, like I would say Red Dead Redemption, or there are games that are in the AA spectrum that are considered somewhat cult classics that I've never finished, like The Witcher, or games like that I can considerably say these are good games, but I just can't get past this certain point, and every time I try to play it, I replay all of what I've already played, and I get back to that certain point and always seem to quit at that certain point. It's usually not because of difficulty, but it's like what I said earlier, it could be a multitude of reasons. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because a decade later, I finally finished one of those games. Literally a decade later. That game is Max Payne 3. Max Payne 3 is a game that I started when I was a kid on the 360, and I've played the first, I would say, 3 missions all the way up until the stadium, or when he shaves his head bald. I always get to that part, you know, when he kills everybody in that little city area, the gang that's in that little I would say the urban slum area. I usually get to that part and then I quit. I think the furthest I've ever got Max Payne 3 is probably like the boat mission when he discovers that his friend is likely not a good guy and has kind of led him into a situation that he probably shouldn't even be in. That's as far as I usually get. I never really get past further. I've always found Max Payne 3 to be interesting. Yeah, some of the nature of Max Payne, I would say, like his monologues in his head and the awful things he say while you're playing the game. It's just like, okay. But it adds to the overall aesthetic of the game, and I can appreciate it. The gunplay of this game is some of the best gunplay in any game, I would say. It has that Rockstar gameplay, that Rockstar gunplay, that cover-to-cover type gameplay, and it also adds in the very known now Max Payne style of shooting where you kind of slow down time. You can hurtle to the ground in slow-mo and kill people. That's always been a great part of the game. The gunplay and the gameplay has always been amazing to me. I don't really know why I never got the chance to finish this game, but I have finally finished. I've seen the story all the way through, and I must say, it's a really good game. Like, I played it on the PC, and I was able to play it at its best. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've tried playing this game a lot of times on the 360 is where I found to be the best place to play it because the PS3 version just wasn't good. I played on the PS3 also, and I think that's one of the reasons why I didn't finish when I played on the PS3 is because I was just like, I played this on the 360 and this is awful. You know what I'm saying? So I've always tried to play this game. I played it multiple times on the 360, but playing it on the PC is definitely the best way to play this game. You can definitely tell, like, with how good graphics cards are these days, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but PC games get better as graphics cards gets better. Like, you can get a game that came out 2012 and it looks one way on PC in 2012, but if you add in a graphics card from today, you can play that game now in 4K with better textures and more detail and just upscaling of a lot of things and 60 frames per second, and that is better than anyone has played it even back when the game came out on PC. There was no hardware that could play it in that way, but now you can play the game a lot more fluently, a lot better, with a lot more details and things that you can adjust, and I really appreciate that. But I must say, man, the whole story of Max Payne 3 is just, I must say, it's amazing, man. I'm sad that Max Payne 3 just ended off, you know, like that. There's no Max Payne 4, you know, it's not like it had to end off. There could have been a Max Payne 4, but I guess Rockstar just hasn't seen a reason to do it, as Grand Theft Auto is their cash cow. I feel like the only reason why they released a Red Dead 2 was because they felt there was a story to tell, and it's like a Western Grand Theft Auto. But if it's not Grand Theft Auto, they kind of just abandoned it. Like Bully and Bully 2 has been rumored for a long time, but people, that's not coming out. You know what I'm saying? Like, And then also, I would say a lot of people want Max Payne, but that's also not coming out. You see how long it's taking for us to get Grand Theft Auto 6. How long do you really think it's going to take to get Max Payne 4? I just wanted to make this video to say, man, if you haven't played Max Payne 3 yet, it's a decade old. If you have a PC somewhere, go play that game. If you have an Xbox and you can do the backwards compatibility thing, play the game. It's a good game. And honestly, I wish that they could maybe remaster it. I know that they said they were coming out with remakes for the original 2 Max Paynes. I bought the original Max Paynes on PC to maybe try it out, but I just haven't been able. It's another one of those situations where I kind of started it, but I really don't intend on finishing it. I can't wait for the remakes to come out. I'll probably purchase those day one, especially if they kind of bring the Max Payne 3 mechanics and the Max Payne 3 graphics and the Max Payne 3 just gameplay and style of playing into Max Payne 1 and 2, which is what I expect from remakes. Some people, like some developers, like to be like, oh, you know, we're just going to keep it simple. We're just going to update the graphics to be more modern, and we're going to keep the controls. We're going to keep everything else the same. And it's like, don't do that. Like, Max Payne 3 is obviously one of the best Max Paynes. Take Max Payne 3, take Max Payne 1 and 2 story, put Max Payne 3 gameplay with Max Payne 1 and 2 story together, and you're going to make a masterpiece. So I'm hoping that's what they do, but give Max Payne 3 a try if you haven't already. And if you're like me and you've started Max Payne 3 a ton of times and haven't finished it, it's worth finishing, trust me. But that's it for this video. I didn't really have much to say, but I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you do please like, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.